The ranking member on the task force on monetary policy, Mr. Vargas, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member, for holding this hearing. Mr. Secretary, welcome. It's great to have you here. I want to thank my colleague and friend from Texas for asking the question about Russia. Do you consider Vladimir Putin a war criminal?
Yes.
Would you negotiate with a war criminal?
I think that's the nature of diplomacy. One must negotiate with both sides, sir.
So you will be negotiating then with the war criminal?
I believe that negotiation was needed with the Japanese after World War II.
Okay. Thank you for that answer. Are you familiar with what President Trump has called his One Big Beautiful Bill?
Yes, sir.
Could you describe the basics of that bill?
It is a combination. The core of that bill is to make the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act permanent.
If this, what he quotes, a big, beautiful bill passes, will the deficit go up or will the deficit go down?
I believe over time, the deficit to GDP, which is the important number, even Secretary Yellen agrees with that, will stabilize and go down.
So next year, will it go down?
Sir?
Yes.
I believe yes.
You say, so if the big, beautiful bill passes, you believe the deficit will go down next year?
The deficit to GDP will. Because again, what is important is that we grow the economy faster than
I understand
we grow
that.
the debt.
I understand that, of course. But you say that in the long term, I'm asking in the short term, will the deficit go down?
I believe the debt to GDP can go down.
But what about the deficit itself?
Sir,
The amount of money that comes in as opposed to goes out. Will the deficit go down next year?
will it go down from 2024 and 2025? I believe it will, because these are extraordinary levels.
What about the long-term debt? Will it go up or down if this big, beautiful bill passes?
Again, sir, it's while the absolute...
I think the reason you're having a hard time answering...
I'm not having a hard time answering, because what is important...
I've given you plenty of
isn't
time.
the absolute level of debt. It is, as Secretary Yellen said, the debt to GDP. So that if our GDP were 100...
Everyone is talking about the $37 billion. Is it going to go up or down?
Sir?
Yes. Is it going to go up or down?
It will likely go up, but if the
Okay.
GDP goes up
And
faster, we
I
don't
think
we
that's
don't
the
care.
interesting thing. My colleagues on the other side always talk about reducing the debt and reducing the deficit, and yet the hypocrisy of trying to pass the big, beautiful bill that will cause both of them to go up.
No, sir, I did not say the deficit.
No, I know you didn't say it. You're trying not to say it, but that's exactly what's going to
No,
happen.
I actually said it would not go up.
I know you did.
And just to be clear...
You said the number would go
Just
up.
to be clear, last year, 6.7% deficit to GDP.
No, I'm asking the number. I'm
the
asking the actual number.
finance
No, we're looking at,
by
see now,
the previous
no,
administration.
we're
was the
asking about
largest
numbers
in
here. Well,
history when we were not in a recession and
I'm not going to let you get away with that one, because it's very clear what's going to happen if they pass their bill. The deficit's going to go up, and the debt's going to go up, and we're going to see the hypocrisy of them always saying, cut the budget, so the deficit's going to go down, and the debt's going to go down. It's not. It's going to go up. Now, I do want to ask you about the independence of the Fed.
Yes, sir.
You have kind of been on both sides of the fence on this. You seem to say that we need an independent Fed, but at the same time, you said there should have been a shadow Fed.
Sir, since taking office, I have refrained from commenting on Fed monetary policy, and I have said that monetary policy is a jewel box that must be preserved.
Okay, great. And lastly, I do want to ask this, because a number of my colleagues have brought it up about elite, the coastal elites. Where did you go to school?
Sorry? I grew up in Little River, South Carolina.
And what university did you graduate?
500.
Where, you graduated from Yale. You were part of
I
Wolf
worked-
Heads Society.
Congressman,
one of the big three.
Congressman, I worked 3 jobs to put myself in Yale,
believe me,
where
I
my
grew up just as
classmates
poor
were
as you did. I
bicycling through
understand that
Europe.
too.
So
But the thing that I always get is, the funny part is, You always talk about the coastal elites. You're a billionaire that went to Yale. I don't hold that against you.
Vice
I just
President
find it
Vance put
interesting that
himself
my
through
colleagues
Yale on
are
the
always
GI
talking
Bill.
about the coastal elites, and yet the president and yourself are both coastal elites. Thank you.
And I made all my own money, sir.